All right, bills and communications, you have those in front of you. Megan, was there anything in terms of bills that were different than the usual? You're on mute, Megan.
I know. The only ones that are unusual would be the MRB group. They're 90% complete with the rail yards master plan, so that's probably one of our last bills from them. We also just started the campaign strategy with Paper Kite, so they charged us $2,500 for that. Other than that, they're all normal operating expenses.
Okay. Any concerns, any issues, questions regarding any of the bills? If not, can I get a motion to approve to pay the bills?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Dave. Second?
I'll second, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
We also have the deposits. Did you want me to repeat those?
Okay.
We did collect the invoices from the CRC, $42,000. We also took $25,000 from the CRC for the PPE recovery fund, and we received $25,000 from the Cooperstown Foundation. So we now have $50,000 for the recovery fund, and we'll go over those applications a little later in the meeting.
Okay. All right. Report of the project, Cheryl.
I'll refer to the meeting notes that were included in our packet if anyone has any questions.
All right. Motion to approve the committee report. Second?
Josh, I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, Jody, new and unfinished business.
Okay, before we get into the secret resolution for systematic power, Megan sent a second follow-up email with the short environmental assessment form attached to it. And we need to go through that really quickly. Normally for pilot projects and sales tax exemptions, we don't do the environmental review, but because they have not submitted yet any plans to the town, we'll be conducting our own environmental assessment just on this project. The town will still have say and review on the site plan as it progresses. But under part two, I've got to go through these questions with the board really quickly. One, will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted plan, land use plan or zoning regulation? The answer is no. Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of the land? Again, no or small impact. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? Again, the answer is no. Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? The answer to that would be no. Will the proposed action result in adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect the existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkways? Again, the answer would be no. Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities? Again, the answer is no. Will the proposed action impact existing public and private water supplies? No, and will not have an impact on public and private wastewater treatments. Will the proposed, and again, the answers to these are, even if they add 35 new employees, they would still be at less what this was when it was in its heyday. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historical, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? Again, we put no. Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources, i.e. wetlands? The answer is no. Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? Again, we put the answer is no. Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? Again, the answer is no. And then on part three of that, we put down the project involves the acquisition and renovation of existing 35,000 square foot building and an additional 25,000 square feet of manufacturing space. The additional space will be less than 1/2 acre on an 11.2 acre site. In total, lot coverage will be only 60,445 square feet. for approximately 1.39 acres. That's approximately 12% of the entire site. In addition, an additional 35 new workers are planned to be hired, bringing the total employment back to levels associated with the former tenant. As such, not a significant increase of traffic, water, wastewater, or energy is anticipated. So with that, we would check. We believe we have determined that based on the information and analysis above, that the proposed action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts. And I would need a motion to approve this for the record.
Could I ask a question
I'll make the
first?
motion. Can we make the motion and then do discussion after the second?
Sure.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Didn't David have a question? Dave had a question, I think.
Yeah, just a real quick question. It was about a up-to-date survey of that 11.2 acres.
We haven't as of yet. Up until today, up until actually this week, we weren't sure that
Okay.
how the project was moving ahead. So we will have to have an updated survey because part of the project involves turning over part of the property to the town, which is the actual road that goes in front of the building.
Yeah, it's because to me, I'd be interested to see the dividing line between the soccer complex and the original IAXIS project.
Right.
Yeah, that's my only question.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
Sorry, this is Joe Scott. Was it Andrew and Dave for the motion? And okay, great, thanks.
All right, all in favor of the motion? Say
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, motion carries. Thank you. Cooperstown Foundation. Go ahead.
Well, next, we have the approving resolution for systematic power manufacturing. Sorry, the seeker resolution for systematic power manufacturing. And with that, I'll turn that discussion over to Joe.
Candidly, Jody, I thought that was the resolution that we just approved, that we just adopted a resolution approving the EAF and issuing a neg deck with respect to the project. So I think we've done resolution number 1. Now we just need to do the approving resolution, which approves the straight lease documents, the pilot agreement, the sales tax, the mortgage recording tax structure for the systematic project. And I'm happy to do a line by line of the resolution if the board wants, or I'll be available obviously for questions from the board.
So what do we have to do? We all set, Jody?
I believe so. It pretty much approves the sales tax exemptions, the pilot agreements, and the mortgage recording tax.
Okay. So do we need a motion to approve that?
Yes.
Okay. I get a motion to approve that?
I'll make
I'll
the
make a
motion.
motion. I'll second.
Thank you all.
Whoever.
Andrew, Dave, Gerald, thank you all. Appreciate it. All right, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
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 Yes.
Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, motion carries. Thank you. All right, now we'll go down to Cooperstown Foundation Recovery Fund.
Yes. I'll turn this over to Megan since she's been doing the bulk of the work on it.
I sent out our first round of recovery fund applications yesterday to you. The total requested funding as of right now is $8,817. All of those businesses are located outside the city of Oneonta because the city had their own recovery fund. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, I'm just looking for a motion to approve these formally so that I can get the checks cut out to them.
I have a question. I know that's shocking. I'm on the initiatives committee for the community foundation. So it was Andrew. Andrew's actually on the board, I believe. But we were very specific in separating the grants that the initiative. Andrew, chime in anytime, okay? Separating the grants that the initiative committee could make only to 501c3s, and then, you know, enabling the foundation to also support businesses. So there are a couple of names on that list that are eligible under the 501c3 category. At the same time, they're applying through what was really directed to be for-profit businesses. Andrew, am I correct about that? Or
No, we and Jody can chime in on this, but I think that this fund wasn't restricted to just businesses. It really is up to OCCRC now. And this question came up with the Brookwood School because they obviously applied directly to the community foundation, and we reviewed that application through our committee with, you know, as you know, and they applied to this fund as well. And I think my understanding is that Harry and, you know, from the community foundation's perspective, I don't think there was any issue with them applying because the PPE costs are obviously you know, continue to grow. So I think Jody and Megan thought that it would be a fit. So
okay.
Yeah, we also reached out to Mr. Levine, and he was in agreement to make these.
That answers my question.
Okay, any other questions?
Go ahead.
Related to this, the community funding, I had a question come to me from someone in the community. Are we charging anything to distribute the funds, or did we waive that fee?
Yeah,
We
we're not
waived the fee?
charging anything. Yeah, no admin fees on this.
Okay, that's what I told them, and they were involved with the Cooperstown Fund, and they thought that we were charging money, and I was like, I don't think so.
No.
I just wanted to clarify.
I was also going to bring up, I had a meeting with Judy Pangman the other day, and their recovery fund was strictly for businesses, and they had some nonprofits that did apply to their fund, and they turned them down. So she did ask me if we would consider opening the recovery fund up to nonprofits in the city of Oneonta. We only have 8,000 applications. They only had 4 applications that they couldn't fund because they were nonprofits. So I wanted to see if anyone on the board had an issue with that.
I would be against that because they can apply directly to the community foundation. Is that correct, Andrew?
that's correct. Yeah, and my guess is that not knowing who those organizations are, most likely the community foundation already provided funding support to them. I'm just guessing.
I can send you the names, Andrew, and then maybe if they haven't, maybe you guys could reach out, or I'll let them know that they can just apply directly.
We could at least let the board know of the list you send me, what of those actually got funding from the community foundation.
Okay.
So, and I mean, you know, I think Patricia's seen that list too. She's on the board, and Dave. So, I mean, you could just, I don't know if you want to just send it to the whole board, and then I'll just reply all, or Dave can, or any of us can.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments? All right, can we get a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Dave. Can you get a second?
I'll second, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, excellent. Thank you. Next, we got a resolution authorizing contract with PaperKite for marketing campaign.
Yes, at our projects committee and our budget committee, they recommended approval. And actually, based on some of the board members' concerns, we actually started working with them. But technically, we should have the full board approval resolution for that contract.
Okay. Anybody got any questions? If not, can we get a motion to approve that resolution?
So moved.
Thank you, Patricia. Anybody else? Second?
Josh, I'll second that.
Thank you, Josh. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carries. Thank you. And then finally, we got another resolution, Jody?
Yes, we have a resolution authorizing a salary adjustment for the Director of Finance and Administration. The Governance Committee met 2 weeks ago, as well as the Finance Committee, and recommended approval. And we're bringing it for the full board for a vote.
I'll make the
Okay.
motion.
Thank you, Andrew. Can we get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dave. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? All right, motion carries. Now we move into the public comment period. Is anybody from the public on who would like to speak? Hearing none, I don't believe there's a need for executive session. So we can move right into the adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right, don't need a second. All right, good. Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Perfect. Go to the OCCRC. Megan, can we do a roll call, please?
Yes. Jeff Joyner,
Here.
Dave Rowley,
Here.
Jeff Lord, Craig Gelbsman. Craig is here. He's having issues with his microphone.
I'm here. Yep, got it.
He is there. Okay. Great work. Tom Armeo, Patricia Kennedy,
Here.
Cheryl Robinson,
Here.
Andrew Marietta,
Here.
Joshua Edmonds.
Here.
All right. No chairman's remarks. We got the minutes from our July 23rd meeting. I got a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Dave. Can I get a second?
Cheryl, second.
Thank you, Cheryl. All in favor of the minutes being approved? Aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Jody, I don't believe we had any new or unfinished business.
No.
Okay. And can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Dave. Don't
Josh
need a
will second.
So all in favor? Meeting adjourned?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. All right. Is that all we have for today?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. All right. Excellent.
Wow.
20 minutes. All right.
Wow.
Thank you all very much. Everyone have a great day. Continue to be safe.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.